The thought of being in a pool in late April in my area of New England is absolutely crazy. But that's all about to change thanks to the people at AquaStrong and their new inverter heat pump pool heater. This is the AquaStrong inverter swimming pool heat pump model HEX075. And it's capable of not only heating your pool, but also cooling your pool water if you live in a hot climate. It's capable of putting out 75,000 BTUs and managing a pool of up to 21,000 gallons. It's designed to run ultra quiet, only 53 decibels, which is the equivalent of a quiet conversation. And not only does it have controls on the unit itself, but it also features a phone app so that you can maintain your pool temperature, scheduling, and monitoring all remotely from your phone. It features inverter technology, which means fast heating and less energy usage. It has a 15.8 coefficient of performance, which means it's 70% more efficient than a typical electric pool heater and 40% more efficient than a gas heater. Inverter technology means that it won't be cycling on and off as often. It will just adjust the power so that it will use less electricity and stop that on-off cycling. The installation is supposed to be super simple with a 220 volt single phase power requirement, which is the equivalent of the power that you would probably connect to an electric dryer. I'm going to be doing a full video review, starting with a simple unboxing. I'll explain to you how to install it with wiring and piping. Then I'll set things up with controls, and then we'll actually see how this thing performs with heating my pool water. So let's get started. One of my first initial thoughts was, I can't believe how big this thing actually is.
That's what she said?
In case you're wondering, this thing is actually pretty heavy. It was delivered to my house on a crate from a freight truck. So be prepared to have a couple of people help you move this into place. All the parts and pieces and instructions are actually inside. And in order to grab access to all that, you'll need to remove this cover by removing a few screws around the top. So let me start by doing that. When you open your box, you end up with this condensation line with an adapter here, which I'll show you how to connect that afterwards. You end up with these rubber isolation feet for the bottom. You have multiple ways to connect your pool heater to your pool, either with these adapters for PVC glued connections, threaded flexible or pipe connections, and also adapters for regular hose, flexible hose connections to your pool, depending on how you're going to mount it. And of course, you also end up with instructions and some warranty information. The installation of this AquaStrong heat pump is pretty straightforward. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have a good solid location to mount this thing. It is recommended that you put this thing on a concrete pad that's really stable and level. I chose to put mine on some 4x4 sleepers only because this is temporary. My long-term goal is to get all my pool equipment and my home air conditioning system relocated to the side of my house so that I have dead silence out in the backyard with my pool and my deck so I don't have to hear any of the equipment. You will have to purchase some bolts in order to anchor this thing down, and don't forget to use those rubber isolators underneath the feet. It will really help dampen any of those vibration noises. After you have the heater located and mounted, you'll want to connect that condensate line that I showed you earlier. Now, I'm not actually going to hook up the line itself. I'm simply going to plug in the adapter, and I'm going to let the water drain right into my crushed stone. Depending on how you pipe your heater, whether it's flexible pipe or hard pipe like I have, again, it's pretty straightforward. There's two ports on the heater itself. There's one marked inlet and there's one marked outlet. Obviously, the outlet is going to go to your pool. You do want to make sure that you're putting filtered water through this to help make it last a little bit longer. It's also recommended that you put this valve assembly in this configuration so that in case you ever had to service your heater or in case you just don't want to have the water running through it, you're able to turn these valves and use your pool like normal without the heater. I was lucky enough to have some PVC parts lying around my house. The only thing I actually had to pick up was these valves. Now, when it comes to electrical wiring, I'm not going to give you all the details on how to wire this because codes change state by state, and I don't want to be giving electrical advice to people on how to wire this thing up. This thing does require a 220 two-pole service in order for it to work, and I recommend that you're getting an electrician or that you're qualified. I myself am a licensed contractor, so I was able to do this myself. It did cost me a few $100s to pick up the wire to do this because, let's face it, nowadays everything's expensive, especially copper wire. I ended up digging a small trench from my house to the pool and running a conduit and pulling some wire. I also ended up using what's called liquid tight as a flexible line to go from my outlet to the heater itself. I will admit I was a little disappointed on how the flex had to connect to the heater. There was no actual clamp to hold it there that I was really comfortable with, but I think it'll be just fine. All in all, this total installation took me about a weekend between the piping and the electrical work. But now here it is, late April, and I'm able to turn on my pool, warm it up, and potentially use it a month early. So let's fire this thing up and see what happens. Once you've got everything connected, you'll want to start running water through this to purge out all the air. You'll be able to monitor the pressure that's running through this heater with the gauge that's mounted right here on the side. Once you power up this heat pump for the first time, you'll notice that it's in pairing mode because that Wi-Fi symbol will be flashing on the control panel. This means you'll want to connect it to the phone app that controls this. You'll want to go to your phone's app store and download the Tuya app. I already had mine downloaded because I have other things in my house that are controlled from this app. You'll want to add a new device. It should pop up automatically. You'll go through the setup sequence, which is really self-explanatory. And once that's done, you'll now be able to control this heat pump remotely through the app on your phone. This app is loaded with features on how to monitor and control this heat pump. You can set schedules, control heating, cooling. You can monitor all the temperatures, intake, outtake. In fact, hitting this information button in the settings tab will give you a ton of information as to what's been going on with this heat pump in real live time. But you can just as easily walk up to the unit itself and control things from the control panel and monitor what's going on as well. One thing you'll need to keep in mind is this heat pump will only work if there's water flowing through it. So you'll need to make sure that you sync your filter and pump to be working at the same time. It does have a safety feature built in so that if your pump shuts off, it also shuts off the heat pump as well. I do remember seeing that there were some terminals inside of that electrical panel to potentially hook up your pump so that they are working together at the same time, and maybe I'll do that in the future when I move it to its permanent location. So now that I've had my heat pump running for a day or two, I have to admit this thing is really working well. I can already see that the temperature in my pool has gone up a few degrees. It probably would have been a little bit more, but I don't have a solar cover on my pool yet to maintain that, and the temperatures at night are still a little bit low. So once I get that solar cover on and this thing runs a little bit longer, hopefully my pool will start getting up to a normal temperature. So one thing I have to say is it claims to be really quiet. To be honest, it's virtually silent. In fact, I can barely even hear it running. The only way I can tell it's running is by actually just walking up to it and feel that the fan is blowing air. I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to get into my pool early this year because my pool temperature is finally going to be up to normal. Normally my pool season doesn't start until Memorial Day, and even then the water temperature is still really cold to get into. At this point, I'm going to be jumping in my pool way before anybody else in my neighborhood. The installation of this heat pump was really simple. Of course, I am a contractor, so I was able to do all of this stuff myself, but nevertheless, getting this piped and connected to the electric is something that anybody can do, or at least get somebody hired to do for them. Up until now, I've been using a solar heater that I actually built, which you can see up behind me on my roof. It worked really well, but it only worked during the daytime and it only worked on sunny days. So if there was a cloudy week, I wasn't heating my pool. But now with the AquaStrong heat pump, I'll be able to heat my pool night or day. It doesn't matter what the temperature is or what the weather is. I really want to thank AquaStrong for sponsoring this video and sending me this unit. I'm going to leave some links below in my description for the AquaStrong website, as well as for this unit itself and my filter pump, which is also by AquaStrong. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that like button on your way out.